Now heading out on track, we have car number 7, of course, all the way from Christchurch. That is Oscar Harcourt. So pretty much they get a couple of laps, folks, to bank a pretty handy time to see where they end up in the groups as far as the rest of the War of the Wings go today. Now you have to keep an eye on Dodge. Of course, he is on Oscar Harcourt. Sorry, of course, he is sponsored by Value Cars Warehouse. Last year, 9th in the Hydroling War of the Wings. Currently sitting in 14th place. Comes around turn 3 and 4 onto the main straight. Checkered flag comes out. We'll try and get a lap time for Oscar Harcourt. Of course, no timing monitor at 27.911. Not sure that that's absolutely correct, but we'll keep an eye on that. It should have been a whole lot quicker. On track at the moment out of Central Motor Speedway, Shannara Stronach, sponsored by Anderton Decorators, Ryco 24/7, Invercargill Hose and Hydraulics, Southern Mechanical and Services, and Supreme Sideworks, also iSigns as well. Triple X Chassis, she's also raced in Youth Mini Stocks, Production Saloons and 6-shooters. So Shannara, of course, really knows this track. She's raced every class that she has raced in here at Riverside. Checker flag comes out for Shannara Stronach. We'll get a lap time for Shannara. So the lap time's coming through to me at the moment. Nowhere near what they will be doing. They're a whole lot slower than I imagine these guys are doing. So the Ranch Bar and Grill Machine on track at the moment. Daniel Anderson, third in 2007 at the South Island Sprint Car Championship. He's won the Salute to Goody, and he's won a couple of War of the Wings features as well. He's currently sitting in 6th place at the moment, sponsored by Ranch Bar and Grill. Top 10 Tianal Vertex Lubricants. He's in a Triple X chassis. Checkered flag comes out for Daniel Anderson of Tianal. Out the man they call Chester, Nigel Colvin from Winton, sponsored by Central Southern Excavating, Kingston Quarries, Triple X Chassis, 10th equal last season. He's had one feature win in the Hydroling War of the Wings. Colvin comes through a one more lap to run. Of course, a former Southland Sprint Car Champion. Well, he is in fact the current Southland Sprint Car Champion. That event coming up on the 22nd of April will crown a new Southland Sprint Car Champion. Through comes Colvin. Next car out, car number 99, Dave Kerr from Southbridge. A little bit different this car. He's one of the few Ford V8 sprint cars in New Zealand. It may even be the only one. Don't quote me on that, but I know there's not many. So if you're a Ford fan, this is the man you are backing. He is an 8-time South Island midget champion, 3 NZ in midgets as well. So pretty good peddler is Dave Kerr. Righto folks, the man that a lot of you people have turned up here to see, the 16-year-old from California. This is Joel Myers Jr., sponsored by Ranch Bar and Grill, top 10 Tianal Vertex Lubricants. And of course, 380 drivers took on the World of Outlaws in the USA. Joel, in just 4 races, was 103rd out of 380. Let that sink in for a moment, folks. That's a pretty good effort. He hasn't lost a round of War of the Wings. He wasn't at the last round. He's fallen to 3rd in the championship. He's fresh off the plane from the United States, wanting to claw that championship lead back here at Riverside. It is Joel Myers Jr., car number 46 out of Christchurch. Car number 43, the young buck, Josh Buchanan out of Central Motor Speedway, sponsored by Placemakers and Jesco's. He is making his Hydroling War of the Wings season debut. Good young peddler. Certainly always at the sharp end of the field. Of course, a second-generation racer as well. He come up through the youth grades, up into the sprint cars, where he certainly found his footing. It is the young buck, Josh Buchanan, car number 43 out of Central Motor Speedway. Matthew Anderson out of Central Motor Speedway, Matthew from Dunedin. He is car number 16, sponsored by Penrite Edison Fabrication. He got 5th in the 2022 War of the Wings. He's always in the dirty dozen. One of those drivers that's Mr. Consistent, you might say. Very, very quick car indeed. He is car number 16 out of Central Motor Speedway, folks. It is Matthew Anderson. car on track. One of your own here, Riverside. One of the cars that you need to be cheering on here this afternoon. He's been racing here at Riverside Speedway since the late 70s, early 80s. It is Ross McKinnell, the iHigh machine, car number 96. Great to see Ross behind the wheel of this car. Absolutely amazing looking car. And of course, if you want to grab yourself some McKinnell Racing merchandise, head along to drivenbydirt.com. He's selling t-shirts and bits and pieces there. Get him behind Ross McKinnell and his team, the iHigh Racing, car number 96. Next up, folks, they call him the Big Mac. I call him the Silverback. It is Jacob McIntyre, also from Riverside Speedway. He is the series leader, sponsored by BMAC Sheet Metal. Got second in round one at Ruapuna, second in round two at points in the second round at Ruapuna, fourth in Greymouth, currently leading overall with 3 rounds to go. It'll be great to crown a Riverside champion in a few rounds' time for the Hydraulic War of the Wings. It is Jacob McIntyre, car number 88. Next out on track we see car number 18, Finn Cleveland. Of course, Finn at one stage he was a Riverside contracted driver, lives in Queenstown, of course races out of Central Motor Speedway. Florence-sponsored machine, heads on down the back straight here. Hasn't had too many starts in the War of the Wings. In fact, this may well be his debut. I'll have to double check on that there. But a good young peddler. Doing battle here this afternoon, part of the Hydraulic War of the Wings. Next up, from Cromwell, contracted to Nelson, it is Slamming Sam O'Callaghan, sponsored by T&L MTF Easy Lift Cranes, running a Triple X chassis. Twice he has been second in the South Island Sprint Car Championships. 3 times he's won War of the Wings features, 13th currently at the moment, but of course he missed Dunedin and Nelson due to engine issues, so he is certainly one to watch here this afternoon. He would really love to make up some points and get into the dirty dozen here. Through he goes around turns 1 and 2. He's also the man that holds the lap record here at Riverside Speedway, which he set back in 2019 at a round of the War of the Wings. So, can Johnny improve that time today? We'll wait and see. Next up, car number 15 out of Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. They call him the Gas Man. Steve Young driving his Maxim KPE Mopar motor. He is sponsored by Concut JW Neil Seed Cleaning and Screening. Of course, last weekend he won the Darrell Ainsley Memorial at Central Motor Speedway. He finished second here in the Strong Cup just a couple of weekends ago. He's showing some red hot form at the moment. Good young peddler out of Christchurch, car number 15, Steve Duff Jr. Next on track, car number 98. He won the Southern Sprint Car Series this year in his debut year, sponsored by Hydraulic, and of course contracted to Central Motor Speedway. He's one of these young drivers you just do not take your eyes off when he is cutting laps around any track whatsoever. He will give it his all. It is Adam Evans, former Southland 6-shooter champion. As I mentioned before, his first season of sprint car racing. And he'll be looking forward to cutting some laps here at Riverside this afternoon. It is Adam Evans, car number 98. Next up, the man they call Mean Gene. It is Gene Spooner, car number 35 out of Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. Sponsored by Reburgers. In fact, he's actually got his own burger named after him. If you go to Reburger in Christchurch, you can get yourself the Mean Gene burger. Also sponsored by Dolliston Engineering Wholesale Motors, running a Triple X chassis, 12th in last summer's Hydraulic War of the Wings. He's a bit of a rugby league hard man as well, so very, very good peddler. Another young driver. It is Gene Spooner, car number 35 out of Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. So there we go, folks. That is your entries here this afternoon for the Hydraulic War of the Wings. Race number 1 of the day coming up in just a moment. You saloons will roll out on track. Go around and grab yourself something to eat or drink before race number 1 here, folks. Enjoy your afternoon's entertainment at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. All your sheet metal needs. This is heat number 1. Kerr from the front row of the grid. He's got Evans on his outside. Of course, Evans was the winner of the Southern Sprint Car Series. Happened a wee bit earlier on in the season. Was fastest lap in the time trial. Went to Oscar Harcourt. Here's car number 7 starting from the second row of the grid. They will line up along the back of the Hydralink pace car here. Just waiting for them there on grid position 2. On corner 2, sorry. So as we mentioned before, Kerr, the Ford-powered machine. If you're a Ford fan, he's the car you want to be cheering for. Of course, if you're a local, car number 88 out on track, Jacob McIntyre, the series leader, the man they call the Big Mac, or the Silverback, whatever you want to call him. He's here tonight trying to keep that points advantage that he has at the moment in this series. Of course, Caleb Bourne currently second in the series, not running tonight. I did see him wandering around down here before the Sasquatch. Very, very good young driver as well. So the hydraulic pace car peels off to the infield. One more lap under yellow. We will go green, folks. Heat number 1 for the Hydralink War of the Wings right here at AT Electric Riverside Speedway. Certainly a great sight to have sprint cars back here in the south doing their thing. Current lap record, as we mentioned before, happened here on the 29th of the 3rd, 2019, where Slam and Sam O'Callaghan set a time of 13:33.78. Will that come under pressure here today at Riverside? We'll wait and see as we go green. Kerr leads him down to 1 and 2, but look at Evans on the outside trying to find a way through. Kerr gets the loud pedal down early, sets out down the back straight. Anderson in third at the moment. Then we go back to Oscar Harcourt, Nigel Colvin there as well, car number 42. Then Cleveland. He's in car 18. Mean Gene Spooner, car number 35. He's side by side with the BMAC sheet metal racer, Jacob McIntyre. So we go back to Anderson and Shannara Stronach. That's your race order early in this one here. Very, very bumpy around 1 and 2. You can see Evans there just struggling as he went through 1 and 2. McIntyre, he's making ground here at the moment. He's managed to get past Cleveland, so he's making some ground here. He's up in 6th place at the moment and chasing Nigel Colvin. But look at the lead that Dave Kerr from Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch has here at the moment. The mighty Ford-powered car number 99 leads him down to turns number 1 and 2. Evans now, he's into a nice rhythm as well. The Hydralink-sponsored car number 98 from Central Motor Speedway powers off down the back straight. Then we go back to the Ranch Bar and Grill sponsored car number 44. That is Daniel Anderson from Tianao. Oscar Harcourt in 4th. Here comes McIntyre. Trying to find a way around the outside of Colvin. Doesn't want to get tied up in any sort of battles. Of course, it's all about consolidating as many points as he can, but he's made the move on Colvin. Finds himself now up in 5th place. So a nice drive at the moment by McIntyre. Of course, just 2 weeks ago, he won the Stag Cup right here at Riverside, his home track. So Kerr now with a bit of lap traffic in front of him in the form of Shannara Stronach, car number 21, the Anderson Decorating sponsored machine. Great looking car. Stronach sits about mid-track. Kerr looking for a way past. Kerr has a bit of a look. There's contact between himself and Stronach. That allows Evans to slowly close that gap down. Anderson in 3rd place, and we go back to Harcourt. A smoky car number 88 of Jacob McIntyre comes around turns 3 and 4. A lot of smoke coming from the back of the 88 car. We'll keep an eye on that as this race continues. So side by side now, Kerr and Evans with 1 lap to go here, folks. We've got a race on our hands. Kerr cannot get past Stronach. He's having another look, and here comes Evans charging hard. Kerr still looking for a way past. They're on the main straight now. The checkered flag is out. Mean Gene goes for the infield, but it's going to be Kerr who takes this one here out. Nice drive by Evans in 2nd place. Then we go back to Anderson. Managed to hold on to 3rd. I was busy watching the leaders, didn't see if McIntyre got past Harcourt or not. He may well have. But Dave Kerr, car number 99 out of Ruapuna Speedway, takes out heat number 1 of the Hydralink War of the Wings here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Of course, once again, a massive thanks to BMAX Sheet Metal, the sponsor of the Hydralink War of the Wings here at Riverside. In the danger zone, of course, it is the Hydralink War of the Wings, brought to you by BMAX Sheet Metal. And some news just through, folks, coming out of heat number 1 here a wee bit earlier on. Of course, the race winner, Dave Kerr, car number 99 from Ruapuna Speedway, has broken the Riverside Speedway lap record. Of course, the lap record was a 13.3378 by Sam O'Callaghan. Congratulations to Dave and his team. A 13.253, a new lap record here set in heat number 1 at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Well done. Very, very quick time indeed. And of course, he's the man running the Ford motor. So obviously, if you want to go fast here at Riverside, you should be doing it in a Ford. So the Hydralink pace car leads them around. The young buck, Josh Buchanan, on the front row of the grid. Shannara Stronach on his outside. Of course, if you want to grab yourself some Stronach Racing merchandise driven by Dirt.com, you can get all your tank tops, your hoodies, your t-shirts, all the bits and pieces there at drivenbydirt.com. Some great looking Shannara Stronach merchandise, also some Steve Duff merchandise, Ross McKinnell merchandise there as well. All sorts of stuff. Set for a race start. Hydralink War of the Wings, brought to you by BMAX Sheet Metal. Ross McKinnell just jumping out of his box there, the high machine. The young bloke pretty eager to get underway. He's got Finn Cleveland on his outside, car number 18. Don't forget, folks, the young 16-year-old from California, Joel Myers Jr., car number 46, starting on the inside of the second row. Watch for him to get a jump here. He's got his mate McIntyre on the outside of him. Buchanan, he got on the loud pedal and it sent him down low as Shannara Stronach goes right around the outside. So Myers Jr. managed to get the move made on McIntyre. They're on 3rd and 4th at the moment, but a nice start there by Shannara Stronach, car number 21 out of Central Motor Speedway, leads this one here. The young buck, Buchanan, he's in 2nd place. Then we go back to Joel Myers Jr. Oh, there's a bit of stock car racing going on down here in turn number 2 with the gas man, Steve Duff. And car number 18, Finn Cleveland, brings out a caution here. Race number 2, of course, of the Hydralink War of the Wings. So the gas man, Steve Duff, out of Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. Cleveland just went around there, Duff with nowhere to go. Gave him a bit of a shove around the corner there for about 3 or 4 metres. Those cars tangled like a couple of knotted dogs down there in turn number 2. Managed to free up Duff's car, hopefully no damage to his car. He's been on a good run of form so far, as well as Steve Duff. As we mentioned before, he won the Darrell Ainsley Memorial last weekend at Central Motor Speedway. 2nd here a couple of weeks ago in the Stag Cup. So Stronach got off to an absolute flyer in that one there. Track offering a fair bit of grip. You could see there when Buchanan took off at the start of that one there. He hit the loud pedal and it gripped up and just fired him infield. He did well to get back out in front of Joel Myers Jr., who's currently in 3rd place ahead of Jacob McIntyre, car number 88. Watch for Slam and Sam O'Callaghan as well, car number 75. Of course, out of the Freeman Motorsport Garage in Nelson. They've had an absolute dog run of luck so far this season. So Sam, good to see him back for round number 5 of the Hydralink War of the Wings. So the JW Neal machine of Duff back up and running. Car number 15, he will join the rest of the field. Finn Cleveland, he'll be a spectator for the rest of this one here, parked up on the infield, the young bloke out of Central Motor Speedway. So we'll get a start this time around. Shannara Stronach. She will lead them around turns 3 and 4. Gets on the loud pedal nice and early. Look at Sam O'Callaghan right down the inside of Oscar Harcourt early in this one here. Here comes the young buck, Josh Buchanan. He's in second place at the moment. Watch for the man in car number 46, Joel Myers Jr. from the United States. He's currently in third place. Buchanan again struggling. Went down to the infield, managed to get back on. So Myers Jr. now, his first real run in anger here at Riverside Speedway. He's currently in second place. Oh, there's trouble on the outside of turn 2 for the man that set the fastest lap in the time trials, Oscar Harcourt. So the VU Cars machine out of Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch comes to a halt just on turn 2. So we'll wait and see whether or not they even attempt to restart him, or whether or not young Oscar will head to the infield and join Finn Cleveland as a spectator. But again, Stronach off to a solid start. Wee bit of pressure on her from Buchanan at the start of that one there, but she kept her cool. Still leads this one here. But she's got Joel Myers Jr. Car number 46, of course, he is contracted to Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. Just a couple of days ago, he was racing in the States, jumped on the Big Bird, come all the way back to New Zealand. It's been great to have such a talent here in New Zealand over the summer. And we must give credit, of course, to Daniel Anderson from the ranch in Tiana. Of course, he seems to bring over these young superstars from America. Of course, last time it was Buddy Coforth, this time around Joel Myers Jr. So he's certainly got an eye for talent. As we go green, Shannara Stronach leads this one. Down to 1 and 2, Myers Jr. This will be a test of patience for Myers Jr., but Stronach running a new motor today. Very, very quick out of turn number 2. She's looking racy at the moment. Round 1 and 2 she goes. Myers Jr. on the inside. Then we go back to Buchanan, McIntyre, O'Callaghan, Dave Kerr, the man that set the lap record slightly earlier on. Then the gas man, Steve Duff, and Ross McKinnell. Myers Jr. just working away at the moment, inch by inch, trying to find a way past Shannara Stronach in car 21, but Stronach not making it easy at all. Good young pepper that's come through all of the grades, right from the youth mini stocks through to youth saloons, production saloons, 6 shooters. Here she is, leading a heat race at the Hydrolink War of the Wings here at Riverside Speedway. Myers Jr. patient at the moment. Buchanan loses a bit of pace there coming through turn number 2. McIntyre comfortably in 4th place with Sam O'Callaghan in 5th. Stronach comes through once more. Oh, Myers Jr., that's a big one. Joel Myers Jr. comes unstuck down there in turn 2. That was massive, folks. Just stay away from the fence line, folks, until such time as the officials allow you to do so. Joel Myers Jr. Nose to tail in at turn 1 and 2. Went in there attacking Stronach. So the crash crew down there pretty smartly checking on young Joel Myers Jr. Once again, you can see that front wing and the top wing. They've taken a fair bit of the absorption of that rollover. Good to see Joel Myers Jr. out of the car. Put your hands together, folks, for the 16-year-old from California. He's down there on the back of the crash crew truck. Looks pretty dejected at the moment. He'll be kicking himself for that there, but he's going to wander off. Just a young bloke, as we said before, stepped fresh off the plane from the States to be here at Riverside. Not the way he would have wanted to finish his first heat. But good to see him walk away once again. True testament to these cars, to the safety gear that these drivers wear. But it does not get much bigger than that one there, folks. That was an ugly one for Joel Myers Jr. A lot of damage to the 46 car. Of course, they won't know until they get it into the pits here, get those wings off it, to see what damage is on that car. Of course, a lot of the time it can look a whole lot worse than what it actually is. Of course, they can be a lot of superficial damage, but that's usually just a single rollover. That thing there went nose to tail multiple times. Just in an awkward spot there, of course, too, for the safety crew, the crash crew, to try and roll that car back. Of course, Josh Buchanan, very, very fortunate to pull his car up as well. He was coming in there pretty rapidly. So that rear wing just going on the back of the tow truck there, just crumpled up like a piece of tinfoil, basically. We'll go to a quick break here, folks, at Riverside Speedway and be back in action. Heat number 2, the Hydraulic War of the Wings, brought to you by BMAC Sheet Metal. Big talking point in this one here. Joel Myers Jr. behind the wheel of car number 44, the Daniel Anderson machine. Because they changed all the seat and bits and pieces over. The other car not salvageable, unfortunately, but good to see young Joel behind the wheel of the 44 car. As we go racing, heat number 3, Hydraulic War of the Wings here, brought to you by BMAC Sheet Metal and Slammin' Sam O'Callaghan from Nelson. Car number 75 leads this one here. He was the lap record holder here at Riverside right up until a couple of hours ago when Dave Kerr took that spot. Second place at the moment, the gas man. It is Steve Duff. Then we go back to Anderson. Joel Myers Jr., car number 44. Then it's Colvin, Buchanan. He's had a good start in this one here. Then we go back to McKinnell, Evans, and Mean Gene Spooner at the tail of the field. But it's a T&L machine out of Nelson who leads this one here. Sails off down the back straight. A handy lead early in this one here. The gas man still holding second place. That's Duff. J.W. Neal sponsor machine out of Christchurch. Anderson being pressured at the moment by Myers Jr. Of course, they had a bit of a coming to at the New Zealand Sprint Car Championship in Ruapuna a little bit earlier on this year. Myers Jr. with a nice look. He's right down the inside of Anderson. Can't quite get it done this time around, but I think it's only a matter of time. The race leader comes through once more. Sam O'Callaghan looking racy at the stage. Here's Myers Jr. A big look on the outside of Anderson and a beautiful pass made by the 16-year-old. He's now up to third place. So your race order, Slamming Sam O'Callaghan leads this one here in second place. We see Duff, then Myers Jr., Anderson, Buchanan looking quick. Then we go to Colvin, Evans, Gene Spooner, Ross McKinnell, and Ross McKinnell's got Sam O'Callaghan all over the back of him at the moment. Slamming Sam in car 75, ducks to the inside of Ross McKinnell. Beautiful looking car out of the Freeman Motorsport Stables in Nelson. Turns out some great looking sprint cars. He's now all over the back of Gene Spooner, car 35. Duff Jr. now trying to find a way through the field here. The gas man battling with Joel Myers Jr. They're trying to get past Ross McKinnell. That's your battle for second and third place. White flag will come out this time around for Slamming Sam. Through comes Duff. Joel Myers Jr. He goes up the inside of McKinnell as well. They set sail down the back straight. It's going to be a race win here though. Here comes Myers Jr. on the last corner. O'Callaghan takes it out. Myers Jr. what a drive. Gets home in second place. Ahead of Duff. Then we go back to Anderson, Buchanan next in the queue. Then Evans, Colvin, Spooner, and Ross McKinnell with the 96 machine at the tail of the field. But a nice drive out front by Sam O'Callaghan. He takes out heat number 3 of the Hydrolink War of the Wings here at Riverside. Big thanks to BMAC Sheet Metal for bringing us the War of the Wings today. Don't forget, folks, of course, the merchandise trailer is right down there in turn number 4. Go and grab yourself some War of the Wings merchandise while they're here in town, folks. Some good deals on merchandise down there in turn number 4. Go and check it out. Car number 88, Jacob McIntyre. That is your top 6 here for the dash, folks. So folks, pretty much your top 6 cars, what they do is actually draw a marble. So we can tell you that Slamming Sam O'Callaghan, car number 75, he was the top point scorer. But unfortunately for Sam, he drew marble number 6. So he's going to have to start at the back of this one here. And Steve Duff, they think he was in 6th place. He drew marble number 1, so he gets to start off the front for the dash. So pretty much 6 cars, 6 laps. This decides the top 6 spots on the grid for the feature final a little bit later on. Of course, that feature final, 30 laps of action for sprint cars. So this is what we call the dash, folks. Don't forget too, I've also got those pink headphones up here as well, the kids' headphones. If they belong to your child, do come up and see me at the end of this race, and we'll get those headphones back to you. Of course, a massive thanks to the sponsors of the War of the Wings, Hydrolink, MD Freight in Blenheim, the Ranch Bar and Grill, OEM Car Audio, Central Southing Excavating, Edge Parts and Performance, here at Creek Distillery, and Jack's Tyres BF Goodrich. A massive thanks to those sponsors. Good loyal sponsors to the Hydrolinks War of the Wings, and a massive thanks, of course, to BMAC Sheet Metal for bringing this event to Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. It's certainly been fantastic to have these winged warriors back here in the deep south. We've seen lap records broken, we've seen thrills, spills, the whole lot, and of course this here will determine your top 6 to go through to the feature final. We'll see Duff start from grid position 1. Buchanan will start from grid position 2 in car number 43. The silverback, Jacob McIntyre, the series leader, will start car number 88 from grid position 3. Dave Kerr broke the lap record a wee bit earlier on today. He will start car number 99 from 4th. Adam Evans will start the Hydrolink machine from 5th on the grid. And Slam and Sam, as we mentioned just a moment ago, he will start car number 75 from 6th on the grid. Certainly a beautiful sight, beautiful rumble. Wee bit of anticipation starting to develop here. A good atmosphere here at Riverside Speedway. So here we go, folks. Get up on your feet. Put your hands together for the Hydrolink War of the Wings. Forget the rest, forget the rest, folks. Here's the mainland's best. Ladies and gentlemen, it is feature time here for the stars and the cars of the Hydrolink War of the Wings sprint cars.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? All right, folks, the scene is set for the Hydrolink's War of the Wings 30 lap feature final. Brought to you by B-Max Sheet Metal, and it's Duff who gets the advantage early in this one here. He powers around 1 and 2. Trouble there for Buchanan. He's gone from pole in this one here. He's now sitting down in 4th place. Very bouncy there for Jacob McIntyre, your series leader. He just needs to be consistent here tonight. Oh, Dave Kerr, the front wheels go on the end on up in the air in the mighty Ford, all that horsepower. He broke the lap record earlier tonight, but he was wheel standing coming out of 2, so there's definitely drive on this track. McIntyre gets himself up to 2nd place, your local lad. So look at this, Duff at the moment, the gas man has absolutely bolted from the field. He was on 2 wheels coming out of turn 3 and 4 as well, so as we mentioned before, amazing the amount of drive on this track here tonight. Sam O'Callaghan, he's picked himself up a couple of spots. He's managed to get past Buchanan in this one here now as well. He's in 4th place. Adam Evans not too far off putting a move on Buchanan as well, so he's really fallen down the order. Joel Myers Jr., he's the big mover so far. He's up behind Evans just outside of the top 6. He's currently in 7th place. He started down in 11th. He's picked up 4 spots early in this one here. The young lad from the United States of America, just 16 years of age. He's up to 7th place. Colvin next to McKee. Then we go back to Anderson, Stronach, Harcourt, Cleveland, Ross McKinnell, and the reburger machine of Mean Gene Spooner. So your race leader, the gas man, picked up a race win last weekend. He won the Darrell Ainsley Memorial in Cromwell. I'm talking to him before racing today. And he's eager to get himself a race win here today. Slamming Sam O'Callaghan. He's out of this one, car 75. Gutting start for the Freeman Motorsport team. He goes to the infield. McIntyre currently in 2nd place. Dave Kerr chasing him hard. Then we go back to Buchanan. Joel Myers Jr.'s picked up another spot. He's now up into 5th place. Watch out for the young American starting to work his way through the field here. So Duff Jr. now, he's got lap traffic in the form of Mean Gene Spooner. Gets around Spooner. He now has to deal with Ross McKinnell. 30 laps of action, the Hydraulic War of the Wings. Brought to you by BMAC Sheet Metal. And it's still car number 15 from Ruabuna Speedway, Steve Duff. They call him the Gas Man. He doesn't want to spend too much time behind Ross McKinnell here because we've got McIntyre charging pretty quick. He's in second place at the moment. Kerr just behind him in car number 99. Then we go back to car 44. Joel Myers Jr. now up to 4th place and chasing the leaders. No caution so far. Myers Jr. he'll have his fingers crossed to see a caution. He would dearly love to have a crack at these lead cars. Myers Jr. now, he's made a move on Kerr. He's now all over the series leader, Jacob McIntyre. He's made a move down the outside. He started in 11th place. He is now up to 2nd place. He goes up the inside of Gene Spooner. Ross McKinnell in front of him now. Then Duff. One car between the leader and the man in second, who is Joel Myers Jr. A nice move by Myers Jr. down the inside of Ross McKinnell. He can now see Duff, but can he chase him down? Duff now caught up behind Cleveland. Here comes Myers Jr. He's starting to reel in the race leader. He started in 11th place, folks. I cannot believe that he has managed to get up to Duff this quickly. Duff manages to put another lapped car between him and Myers Jr., but Myers Jr.'s on song. Through comes Duff. Through comes Myers Jr. Then McIntyre in 3rd place. Then we go back to Kerr. Keep an eye on car 15. Keep an eye on car 44. He had a big rollover here earlier on today. And he's right on the back of the race leader. He's going to grab the lead down here between turns 1 and 2. We have a new race leader, folks. Joel Myers Jr., the 16-year-old whiz kid from California, leads this one here. So Myers Jr. pulls away now from Duff. Duff had a massive lead in this one here. Myers Jr. started from 11th place. Absolutely incredible. Through he comes once more. The ranch-sponsored car from Tiana. Daniel Anderson started the day in that car. Myers Jr. He's wringing the neck on it here in the feature. 2nd place, we see Duff. Then we go back to the 88 of Jacob McIntyre. Can McIntyre get up and challenge Duff? Laps starting to count down here. Shannara Stronach just up ahead of the race leader, the 44 of Joel Myers Jr. Ducks down the inside of Shannara Stronach. He's a patient driver, sits there, waits for the opportunity and takes it. Oh, there's contact between the race leader and Oscar Harcourt, but he manages to get through. Myers Jr. now about to challenge Nigel Colvin, car number 42 from Central Motor Speedway. Myers Jr. in an absolute league of his own here tonight at Riverside Speedway. Ducks down the inside of Colvin. Colvin gives him space. McIntyre now not too far off, putting the challenge to Steve Duff, the gas man in 2nd place. He's behind Shannara Stronach at the moment. McIntyre 2 or 3 car lengths further back. Myers Jr. comes through. One more lap ticked off. No cautions in this one so far. Of course, we did a 25 lap feature here a couple of weeks ago with no cautions in this one so far either. It's great driving by the entire field here at the Hydraulics War of the Wings. Joel Myers Jr. leads this one here. Here comes McIntyre making a move on Duff. Oh, McIntyre on the wall! Here's the caution. McIntyre over in 3. Absolutely gutting for the series leader. Cannot believe it. Jacob McIntyre making a move on Duff. They make contact. McIntyre hits the wall on the back straight. Cannot believe it, folks. Oh, he'll be absolutely devastated. He had the measure of Duff. Duff's parked up down there between turns 3 and 4 as well. And the cars that have run in 2nd and 3rd place for so much of this race, both parked up. So that now brings Buchanan and car number, in fact, it looks like it'll bring car 99, Dave Kerr, up into 2nd place, and the 43 of Buchanan up into 3rd place. Mentioned before, of course, getting through the feature final with no cautions. Commentator's curse might have put that on them. We'll blame that, will we? But Jacob McIntyre, man, I feel for that team. He was leading this event here. We spoke throughout the week to Jacob about just scoring points, banking the points. It's all he needed to do. Well, he is out of this feature final here of the Hydrolink War of the Wings. What about Joel Myers Jr., the 16-year-old from California? Stepped off the plane about a day ago. Had a massive end-on-end flip here tonight. Now he leads the feature final here. Unbelievable stuff. There's always a story, there's always a twist when the War of the Wings comes to town. And this event, folks, you couldn't have asked for any more than that. It has been an absolute night of entertainment across all the grades. Absolutely fantastic racing. So Duff goes to the infield, McIntyre to the infield as well. They'll be absolutely livid. Those two young drivers, both battling hard, both well amongst the points. Now both spectators in this feature final. So it looks like debris on the track down here. They're just trying to catch the attention of the crash crew by the looks of it. Some debris on the track. Don't forget also, folks, that $500 we're giving away thanks to BMAC Sheet Metal. If you have ticket number 77B, it would have been in your program. If you have that there, then you are $500 better off. Congratulations for that. So that debris moved from the main straight. Joel Myers Jr., he'll get himself back into a rhythm up the front of this one here. Man, he's been absolutely incredible. It's just been a dominant performance, but it's not over yet. A lot can still unfold, as we just saw a moment ago. So your race order: Myers Jr. leads from Kerr, then Buchanan, Evans, Anderson, Colvin, Harcourt, Stronach, Cleveland, Spooner, and McKinnell. Three of the big guns parked up on the infield. Slam and Sam O'Callaghan, the silverback Jacob McIntyre, and the gas man, Steve Duff. We go green once more. Myers Jr., the Ranch Bar and Grill sponsored car number 44, powers off. Oh, Colvin's gone out to the wall now. He's having trouble coming out of two. Manages to bounce off and keep going. McKinnell ducks up the inside of Colvin. So Myers Jr. leads this one here. Adam Evans putting all sorts of pressure on Buchanan. That's for third place. He would dearly love to get a spot on the podium here at Riverside, would Evans. He won the Southern Sprint Car Series a little bit earlier on this year, and he's made the move. He's up to third. A nice move by Evans, but out in front with, wow, there's contact between Evans and Buchanan. And with 1 lap to go, we are going to, we're not going yellow, the race is run. And it's Myers Jr. who takes it out. Kerhome in second place. Then we go back to Buchanan in third, car number 43. Then Anderson in 16, Oscar Harcourt. But Evans, he made the move, got the tap, round he went. Could be interesting to see what they call on that one there. But that is this meeting, folks. Done and dusted. We got there in the end. Put your hands together, folks, for the Hydraulic War of the Wings, brought to you by BMAC Sheet Metal. An absolutely outstanding display of driving by Joel Myers Jr., the young bloke from California. He's a talent, folks. Keep an eye out for his name. He's going to be doing big things in the future. Joel Myers Jr. takes out the feature race here at Riverside Speedway. A massive thanks for coming out tonight, folks. We'll catch you next weekend, April the 1st, here at Riverside.